What's happening, y'all, and welcome. This is episode 116. Oh, this sounds weird in this room. Of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. Does it sound echoey to you?
It sounds like you're in a different space.
Yeah, it feels weird, too.
Where you at, Travis?
I am in Pensacola, Florida. Well, Navarre, Florida, closest Pensacola. But I'm visiting my family right now. So, different space, different room, hanging out, chilling. Nobody's
still
here
the
right
same
now, though.
time zone.
Yeah. If I should find a map and show you like where it cuts off, because it literally cuts off like right here.
Because like when I asked you if you were in the same time zone, if we were finally in the same time zone, you were like, no, we're still an hour different. And I was like, how, Sway? How? You are in Florida.
Yeah. Let me.
Whichever.
Yeah. Anyway, how are you today?
I'm all right. It is quarantine day. No, what is today's date? The 20th? Today is 66.
It's a lot
or
of days.
67, depending on where you are. It's day 66 for me.
Yeah. I don't know what day it is for me. It's just I've technically been quarantined since like the 15th of March. So it's just basically since the hotel closed and they said go home. Like, all right, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna stay there. And then like soon after that, they said everybody stay home. I'm like, I was already doing that, brother.
I'm already ahead of you.
But yeah, we're not here to talk about this current pandemic that's going on right now, though, because that's a downer. So let's talk about something that's not a downer until it becomes a downer. We're here to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW. What, you about to say something more?
I was going to say we're going to start with Batwoman, but I realized you didn't even say why we're here.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW. Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, formerly Arrow, Black Lightning, and Batwoman. Oh, Batwoman. You know what? Normally I ask you where you want to start, but I kind of, it's
Let's
just
start with Batwoman.
Yeah. We're starting with Batwoman this week because we got there's some things that have gone down in the world of Batwoman. Two things have gone down that are big in Batwoman. One of them is significantly bigger than the other. One of them is just story based. This other thing is life altering.
At this point now, cancel it. Cancel it. Give us one less thing to do. Cancel it, please. Take back the renewal. It's okay.
They said they're gonna recast.
No. If they just take back the renewal, just cancel it now. By the time 2021 comes and gets here, we won't even remember what they have done. I am durably okay with them just canceling it and just not pursuing this, because now I've gotten so. Wait, please, let's tell them.
I'm about to say we should probably talk about what we're talking about, because it's just we're talking around and haven't even said what the problem is. Well,
without starting at point A.
So those of you who watch Batwoman, which I hope is all of you who listen to this show, know that the star of Batwoman, Miss Rose, has formally announced, and Warner Brothers has cooperated, and Berlanti and all them, she is leaving the show, people. Let me just reiterate. Batwoman is leaving Batwoman.
Batwoman is leaving Batwoman.
Yeah. We don't have a Batwoman anymore. The star of Batwoman. When they pick a star for these shows, they're supposed to be in it for the long haul. They're here for the duration. Unless it's Legends, because that's different. That's just whoever. But when the show is named after a particular character, the person who plays that character is there for the duration. Like, imagine the Flash and Grant Gustin after one season say, yeah, I ain't coming back. Because, to you, after, one season, that's your Flash. Or Arrow. If all of a sudden, Stephen Amell's like, yeah, I ain't doing this no more. That would have been it for Arrow. It would have been different though, because we didn't really know Arrow like that back then. But you get my drift,
Steve Amell had left Arrow after a season, I would have been like, I'm not watching this no more, because they already had changed Arrow on me once from Smallville. So to see him changed again would just drive me insane.
I mean, I guess.
That's just me, though.
That's a different universe, though. So it's just,
Well, yes and no. Yeah.
What do you mean, yes and no? Yes, it is.
But like, I remember when they first, and oh, that's where my headphones are. When they first announced Arrow.
By the way, the reason why I keep looking over there is because the dogs are being weird.
Are they fucking around with each other? They're over there.
Well, they're playing, and like they always play when they're around each other, But,
they're like cousins.
But like, they're like slamming each other into the couch and shit.
They're cousins. Travis, this is what cousins do. They are like those cousins that get together during certain family events, and when they do, it's like they've never separated. They just over here going crazy.
Yeah, they're a fucking mess when they're together. It's funny. And it's funny because when I lived here for about a year before I moved to Texas. And when I first got here, they didn't get along at all. And then like about a month after I had been here, they became inseparable. But anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. I just got up just now because when I had shouted, "Batwoman is leaving Batwoman," I scared the child and she dropped her whole yogurt. So I had to go clean that up because she did not understand. She was like, "You scared me."
See, and now my parents' dog, who's old as fuck, now has to stop and catch his breath, and he's like wheezing and shit, like cough breathing.
That's like me.
Yeah, like that dog, he's a Bichon Frise, but he's 16 years old. This nigga old.
Aw, he's a teenager.
Like, so him playing with Bear's getting up there too, but he ain't as old as him. So like Jack is just like But anyway, back to Batwoman leaving Batwoman. Like,
yeah.
Who, first of all, how dare you? Now, I'm sure there's a good reason behind it because everything seemed amicable. Everybody seemed, on good terms with each other. They left. It didn't seem like something was wrong. It just seemed that she had to leave the show for other reasons. And I get it, but until they tell me those reasons, how dare you? And not just her. I'm talking to all of them over there. I'm talking to this entire Warner Brothers production team, everybody at the CW, everybody that knows anybody at the CW, all of y'all. I'm talking to all of you. How dare you? But yeah, where do you think they go from here? Do you think they actually recast, or do you think they cancel it? Because I really don't think they're going to cancel. I think they're going to recast.
I think they're going to recast it, but I'm just kind of like, I've already got so adjusted to being Ruby Rose.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Like with the mannerisms and all that. So it's just kind of like, because they're either going to do it one of two ways. And I only see them really realistically doing it one. They're going to recast her, and then everyone just going to keep going about their business as if her whole face has not changed.
Mm-hmm.
Or
they did it on Game of Thrones.
Facts with Dario Nahara.
Mm-hmm. Completely different dude. He didn't even look anything like the original dude. He was a completely different looking dude.
He didn't even try, and I feel like they kind of changed his mannerisms.
Yeah, they did. Slightly. They did. No, it wasn't kind of. They definitely changed it. He was a whole different character the next season.
Like they were like, oh yeah, that Dario, he ate a poison berry by accident, so we've gotten another Dario for you here. He's completely different, but he's Dario 2.0.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, you think they just don't acknowledge it at all? Okay.
They don't acknowledge it at all. Or do you remember from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Aunt Viv changed?
Oh yeah. When Jazz came in and like, I don't know what it is, but since you had that baby, something's different about you. Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
or I see if this was like if Batwoman was like had like the disposition that Legends has,
Oh yeah,
I feel like that would be a joke that they would
definitely.
definitely.
Legends would do that. Supergirl
But
might, but Legends
right,
definitely would.
Supergirl might touch on it, but
Mm-hmm.
like I don't like because they
Yeah.
bring a lot of other Easter eggs in from other nerd shit in general. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Batwoman's just gonna recast it and just not acknowledge it and hope that we don't notice.
Or they got characters on there that change people's faces all the time. What if they do something when they write in where they changed her face and now she just stuck with this new face?
Or, and even though this is even less likely, you know, they change her face and then it turns out she's actually the bad guy, and then the real Ruby Rose is really coming back and she's just hidden somewhere.
They've been, oh man, they've been playing us the whole time.
Right. Oh my God, that would be dubious. That'd be dubious.
I would love that.
They won't, but I
I
would
know that's
love
not
it.
what it is, but I would love it.
Right?
So yeah, that's what's happening in the world of Batwoman. I mean, we can talk about that what actually happened in the show now, but it's just, now it's just like, every time we talk about the show when it, man, it's not coming back till January, Mara. Like all the good shit's gone in a few weeks. And then, they said they're gonna give us Swamp Thing in the fall, but who wants to watch that? They canceled that like in the middle of the season. So
Right. I think it only has like what, 8 episodes?
something like that. Yeah, like they were still shooting when they canceled that show. So,
Yeah.
but I think that was more like I think it was more of a budget thing than anything else. It's not that the show was bad. Like there was some like conflicts with like the production side, I think. So if they can find a way to cut some costs, they might keep it going. I don't know. I still haven't decided if we're going to cover that in the fall. We might do it just because we ain't got shit else to do, but we'll see. There's
We'll see.
also
I mean,
there's
I
also that
haven't seen
Superman
Swamp
show. When is
Thing.
that Superman show supposed to air? Do you know?
I don't. I'm going to assume that's in the
In the January block?
yeah, because I think so far all I've seen for the fall, I think Swamp Thing is literally the only thing
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
fall that's for DC, and it's only because they've already fully recorded everything they
yeah.
could.
And they looked up. They're like, "Oh shit, we don't have anything to air." Oh, Swamp Thing. Yeah, put that in there.
Watch them be like, hey, do you think we could recut Harley Quinn's language and just throw that in there as well?
Or if they find a way like to, cut around all the cussing in Titans and shit, like all the really fucked up shit that's in Titans, and put that on the
Right.
CW. You remember? You imagine how much they'd have to cut though from Titans.
Like they'd have to dub over it like Comedy Central does when it plays rated R movies during the day.
Yeah, with really bad ADR.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Because Berlanti did those shows too. So I remember seeing that stinger on the end of Titans, and I was just like, Berlanti did this too. Is this part of the Arrowverse?
Yo, he's
And they
literally like just tied up in everything.
yeah, yeah. And we remember we saw them on in Crisis, so they've acknowledged them on CW, and everything's in one universe now. So you never know. We'll see what happens in the fall, though. We gotta see, if we get our shit together before then, though.
I doubt it. Seeing as how places are only opening by region, I mean, luckily, like you reminded me last week, they shoot in Canada. So I feel like Canada probably has a better hand on this than the States does. It's so close.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's get into the actual show because this was the season finale of, Batwoman. So,
And
which I feel like they knew about this a long time ago, just chose now to say something.
and Supergirl.
Well, yeah, that too. We're not at Supergirl. Yes, I was just going. I was waiting
Okay.
on that one.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Both of you, back up. So
Now
anyway,
it's not just Bear. It's
yeah,
both.
it's both of them. Like it's so needy. And if one of them like starts to get some attention, then the other one's like, "No, me too." And it's even worse for Jack because, like I said, he's old, so he can't like jump or nothing. So you literally got to like pick him up every time you need to put him somewhere.
Oh,
Like I,
poor pupper.
like he can't. Well, Bear can't jump up on the bed that I'm in now because it's too tall.
Mm-hmm.
But he can jump back down. Jack can't jump down because his legs just can't take it. But anyway,
Sounds like me when I jump out of bed in the morning.
Back to Batwoman. The episode was called What?
Oh, mouse.
Oh, mouse indeed.
Has to be said just like that.
Oh, mouse. So this whole thing kicks off. There's this Arkham prisoner who has broken out along with all the rest of them. And this nigga got 2 machetes. 2 of them.
Not one, but 2.
He is dual wielding machetes.
So,
Fuck Jason. I'm scared of this motherfucker.
oh yeah. Question.
Answer.
Do you think he is more dangerous than Machete?
Nobody is more dangerous than Machete.
Okay. Just figure I'd ask since he had 2 machetes.
Yeah, but like this man is Machete was one with his machete,
You're right. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, is someone more popping than 2 chains if he's wearing 3 chains?
No, because here's the thing. As much as I don't like most of 2 Chainz music,
What?
a lot of it I don't, but some of it I do. Don't get me wrong. There's some like Feds Watching is my shit.
Okay.
However, he dropped one line in one song in Birthday Song, and I was just like, that is probably the dopest line I've heard in like 10 years. When he said, "You the realest nigga breathing if I hold my breath." I'm like, oh shit. And now I say that to people all the time. Like it's just, if I want to really compliment you, I'm like, you the realest nigga breathing if I hold my breath. Like I say it all the time to people. Anyway, we're talking about Batwoman right now. You got me going on tangents about machetes and 2 Chainz and shit.
I'm sorry.
So this dude is going on a rampage on a train. Is that reminiscent of your New York subways?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gotham City is New York, like I said. So anyway.
I mean, I don't get on the subway now, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they close it down from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. to clean. I'm not getting on it. Unless it's literally the only method of transportation I got.
Yeah, that's a very enclosed area. It's like an enclosed area within an enclosed area.
It's a tin can.
Yeah. So he almost kills Big Daddy Kane because the crows have showed up, tried to take him in. But Kate comes in and saves him as Kate, not as Batwoman. And he was like, I thought I told you to sit in the car. I'm like, why was she in the car?
Didn't even really acknowledge why they were together. Like, I mean, I get it. They're father and daughter, so it's not like unheard of.
But he was working. Like, so
it was just kind of like, you're not working with the crows, so why were you
in the car?
Why were you doing crow stuff together? They just kind of like glazed over it and hoped that we would not ask questions.
Yeah, but there's us, so we always ask questions.
Because I'm Black and I like to know the full story. I don't like not knowing the full story. That's how I get in trouble.
Exactly, man.
How I get framed for murder.
So then we find out that the crows have an app, which I'm like, how many times y'all get kids pranking y'all though? Because it's what happens. How many times do you get people prank calling 911 and shit, and things go wrong because kids prank call 911. So now you just got an app you just press. Or what?
Or doxers.
Doxers?
People who do like the doxing to other people where they Like some other term is called swatting.
Oh, that.
Where
Okay. Gotcha.
the general term for it, because there's different ways you can do it. You know, SWAT, the police, firefighters. It's called doxing.
Ah.
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, they got napped now. We
I
also.
wonder how well that would work in New York City.
Mm, I haven't really,
I wonder how many lives would be saved in New York City or Chicago or wherever else.
Yeah, those big cities in general, Good question.
Mm-hmm.
So we also see, Hush is pissed.
Right.
We got you. What were you saying?
Yeah, I wasn't sure whose it was. I said I'd be pissed too if I was walking around with no fucking face after I was promised one.
Yeah, this is true. They took his face and then promised him they'd give him another one if he got them the book. He got him the book, and they got the way to translate the book, but they still ain't gave him his face. So yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, he literally did everything and then I guess over-delivered when Batwoman showed up with the glasses. I was just like, give me a face. It'll probably be the last time you ever hear me sympathize for Hush. But, like, Jesus.
I get it. I mean, how does one deal with that? It's just, I don't even know how I would like really respond to just not having a face anymore.
I don't either.
So anyway, we cut over to Kate, and she's just doing Kate shit. But then Luke shows up. He's like, "Yo, look what I got. This is the last shard of kryptonite on Earth," which we both know, and everybody who watches any of this show or other shows knows it's definitely not.
It's false. I was like, Ramakan got a whole arsenal of it.
Yeah,
right
about
now.
to say this man got like a whole crate full. So like they breaking off pieces to give to other people and shit.
Right. I feel like that was another oversight that they just from putting them all on the same earth. And I feel like they just thought we would not question that. Because I feel like that kryptonite load that Ramakan has is not gonna last. Only because, when we last saw them, they were actively using it. Or I don't know. Or I feel like, because we'll get to it because we have to get into Supergirl. And it's just a lot. It's weird trying to correlate everything or make everything make sense when things aren't lining up on different shows.
I have a different view on that. I feel like, I don't think it was an oversight. I think it's just, as far as Luke knows, yes, this is the last piece of kryptonite. Just like he found out later on, it wasn't, because Kate had some too. And,
True. And then they'll just find out that there's more.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, she didn't say that was the last piece. She just said that she has this also. So it's just like,
True.
It makes sense that Luke would think it was the last piece of kryptonite. But like, there's others out there, because why would he know? He's never worked with the DEO. Like, he don't know nothing about them.
Right. And then also because like when Kara gave Kate that piece, that was before the worlds merged, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So I'll take back my oversight comment, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, I'm trusting you to have it and trusting that you won't ever have to use it. And it's just like, but you need to have it just in case. It makes sense. It's like how Batman had it. And they said it. He got it from Superman just in case that he needs it,
Right.
And he trusts that he'll only use it if it's necessary.
True.
You like what?
I was going to say, I like that Kara, like when she gave her that piece, it was kind of like her acknowledging, like, yeah, I got too much power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kanye said it a long time ago. Like, no one man should have all that power.
I fucking love. That's like one of my favorite Kanye songs. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it is my number one favorite Kanye song. It's
Yeah,
not
like
one of my favorite. It is my favorite. It's followed closely by "I'm the Shit" remix, but the number one is "Power."
I have to hear that again. Yeah, Power would be number one. Flashing Lights is like in the top 5.
Power was the inspiration behind a script for a TV series I started writing a long time ago. If it ever gets picked up, I'll definitely acknowledge that's where it came from.
It's funny how different we think about that, because Power is a quote that I would use for an engagement shot.
Interesting. Why is that?
Because I was thinking of it more in a way that no one man should have all that power and then has a powerful woman next to him. So it's not like, it's like a share of power. Because
See,
in the relationship, you guys are equal. That's the way I was thinking of it.
see, my interpretation was like, no one man should have all that power, because, as they always say, power corrupts. And like, what happens when you're given power and how you respond to that and all that. And that's just, where all that came from. Anyway, back to what we were actually talking about. We keep getting on tangents. I told you we got a time limit today.
Sorry.
So, anyway,
sorry.
I was just as much a part of that as you were, so it's fine. So Luke shows Kate this shard. He says the last one. Clearly he's wrong. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to figure out how to destroy this. So then after that, you will be as good as invincible." Bullshit, but okay. There's always a way. But, which is weird too, how like kryptonite is the thing that gets through the suit, because it's just, I don't know. But then we got Mary coming to see Kate, talk about I'm not gonna keep calling him Machete Dude. What's his name? Titan, yeah.
Tim the Titan Tesla.
That's too many T's. And this is from somebody whose name starts with a T. That's just too many T's.
It's funny because when I was first, every time I read the name, I always read it as Tebow before Tesla. And I was just like, God, football has corrupted my life.
Oh, God.
Even for players who don't matter.
About to piss some folks off. I agree, because, I wasn't on that Tebow train either, but yeah.
Right. Like, I don't even know where he is at this point. Like,
he's at ESPN.
Oh, see, like, I don't care.
Yeah, he does like the college football. What's that conference in football that everybody swears by? SEC, I think is what it is. Yeah. He does SEC football for ESPN. But apparently this dude like had like some roid rage on the field and like killed a ref. At least that's what they're saying. But it was probably more of his brain being all fucked up. So
I think this was also this is because it reminded me of God, what is that man's name? Football player for murder.
Aaron Hernandez.
Yes. Ironic because his last name is my daughter's last name, which I couldn't remember. It kind of reminded me of that, where because I watched a couple of documentaries on him where they were talking, where they kind of talked about his CTE, being kind of like a factor in why these dudes snap sometimes.
Well, yeah, when your brain's all fucked up, you do fucked up things. It kind of just works that way.
Right. I would have given anything to see that happen on ESPN though. See like a player just go crazy and just snap a ref snap. It's horrible.
It would be fucked up. But if it happened, it'd be like, yo, that'd be a running story on television / the internet for months. Like It's just fuck. So Kate's like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and suit up and talk to this dude's brother, who also was a football player for the same college team. But Mary's like, yo, that's probably not a good idea. But she goes anyway. So then after that, we got Alice going to see this professor who's like a geologist or whatever about kryptonite, but he ain't got it no more. So like, he's shit out of luck. She kills him anyway. Even though he told her where it was at, but she killed him because she's Alice.
I mean, loose ends.
Yeah. I don't know what it mattered though if like he knew that she was there because it's just like people know she's around anyway. So who gives a fuck?
I guess not to give a heads up. I mean, because she knows
to who?
Because he told her that it was at Wayne Manor, or Wayne Enterprises. But no, Alice already knows that Kate and Luke are based out of Wayne Enterprises. I feel like in her local little choo-choo brain, she's just like, well, if he knows that I know it's there, he's gonna tell them that I'm coming for it, and then they'll just make it harder for me. That's because
even though she just doesn't take that extra step and realize that if she knows, they already know too. So because Luke read it himself before they gave her the glasses, so it was just But anyway, yeah.
Alice doesn't do a lot of things out of logic, so I mean.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like her fucked up brain, it makes sense. So then Luke is still working on trying to destroy the kryptonite.
Crazy people logic.
Yeah, Luke is still working on the kryptonite. He can't figure out anything. Mary suggests crushing it like with a hammer or some shit, and that ain't gonna happen. But
Batwoman, it's not a bad idea. It wasn't like a bad idea. Like,
well, in the end, she was right. It's just not a regular hammer that he had to use. So
Right. It was just like a super mega hammer.
Yeah. So
I love those hydraulic pressure videos. I fucking love them.
Nope, we're not going there, Mara. We need to finish this up. We need to finish. We need to stop. So Batwoman goes and talks to the brother. Do you know the brother's name?
Apollo.
Yeah. So she goes to talk to Apollo, but then Machete Dude shows up, and she's like, "Yo, run, fool!" and tells him to run away. But Titan throws his machete, and it gets him clean, like in his spine. Like, damn, you do anything.
I was like, yo, he's gonna kill his brother. But I was like, nope. He's just gonna lock him in this body.
He paralyzed him. Like, he got him right in the spine. This dude, he is never playing running back again.
It be your own brothers.
Yeah. And then, we get...
I mean, he also did...
Huh?
He also did testify against him. So I guess, like, it do be your own brothers on both ends.
Yeah. So, same shit. But so then we got Big Daddy Kane. I guess he was talking to the press, and he's just like, yeah, he's not pleased with Batwoman, but he never is. This is just another one of those, like, yo, where the fuck is Commissioner Gordon? Like, we need Commissioner Gordon right now to just let this dude know. But Alice is, making a face for Hush, and so he can get into Wayne Enterprises, and Mouse is not with that. Says he's leaving. She was like, I'd never let you leave without me, but before we leave, we must do it with a party. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Mouse is like at first I thought Mouse was like the craziest one out of all of them. And it just goes to show he is the most rational one out of all of them.
That's the thing. He only wanted one thing the whole time. He wanted him and Alice to get their revenge and then get out.
Yep.
And the revenge that they were getting did not include Kate. It was,
Right. Because how many times over the season has he pointed out that Alice's fascination with getting back at Kate and her dad and all that stuff is literally just kind of like going to be their demise. And what was it? Their demise.
Mm-hmm. So this is when we do find out that Titan's brain is all fucked up. They were falsifying shit in their little medical thing.
Which is why he killed that doctor on the train.
Right. He's going after people who fucked him over. And then they realized that because of his fucked up brain, he can't feel pain anymore, which is why Kate just got her ass whooped the last time. And she's like, well, I got to go take him down anyway. But, the ribs are fucked up, but whatever. And Mary's like, yo, I got a different plan. Let's try something else.
Right, because I don't know if this is gonna work.
Like, yeah. Like, you're not gonna like this plan, but this is my plan. So they, we gonna get my dad to help. So she goes and turns on the bat signal. So all the crows show up and surround her and shit. She's like, yo, it's me. They go to arrest her. Big Daddy Kane shows up. And Mary tries to talk some sense into him, like, yo, you need to work with her, need to talk to her. Batwoman hops down. She's like, yo, I want to team up. Together we can take him down, because separately we can't do it. He agrees. They shake hands. Case like, I looked into his eyes. He's with me. I know it. So they have
You know what's crazy? I was just like, when he got so mad at Mary, and he was just like, you let me, he's like, Mary, you came out here where you had a bunch of, like, a firing squad aimed at you, and I was just like, why y'all out here trying to murder people then? I was like, you mad because Mary called y'all because she put the bat light on, and it's like, maybe if you tried not to use excessive force, Mary wouldn't have been in that much danger. Maybe when you put your emotions aside, think people don't get hurt.
That makes a lot of sense, Mara.
It does, but he's not gonna see it that way.
There's a flip side to that coin, though. I mean, the Joker was in that city.
He's probably like, I've seen some things.
Yeah. Like, he's actually seen some shit. Unlike a lot of people in law enforcement who, like, are afraid for no reason, they actually have a reason to be afraid. But anyway, so they set this whole thing up where, like, Titans former coach, like, goes on TV and says, yeah, come meet me here on the 50-yard line so I can apologize to you. And I'm just like, this is a bad idea, but okay. Then we cut to Alice and Mouse having their final tea party where they do something that they learned in therapy, whatever, they're like, and destroy whatever, like, is binding them to their past and all that, and they burn the Alice in Wonderland book. But then we find out that it's not for them to go away together. We find out it's because she poisoned Mouse. She would rather kill Mouse than let him leave. Which, once again, in her crazy-ass brain, makes sense. I don't know why, but it does to her. And yeah,
and I'm just like, that's just gonna make her snap again.
Exactly, because he's still gone now. You realize, like, he's still not around anymore. Anyway, we got to keep moving. We're, like, running along on this. It's the finale, but still.
Gotcha. So I was like, she gonna snap again, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Sophie and Julia find out about the arena plan. They're like, "Oh shit, it's a setup. We gotta let Kate know."
That sounds sus as shit, because it was.
It was clearly, and so because he's clearly up to something, and everybody saw it except Kate. And so they're there, they're waiting. Then here we go. Titans in the house. Batwoman fights him. She tries to talk him down, but the crows end up killing him. Then she's surrounded by all the crows. They fucking shoot at her. They empty the fucking clip on her. What?
I am very low-key bothered by the fact that they shot Titan dead.
Yeah, you should be. You should be.
When he was clearly disarming himself and standing
he had stopped. He had stopped. And it was all over with, but they shot him.
I literally I paused, and I said, Greg, why?
Oh, you know why.
I was just like, Greg, why would you do this to
me? You know why. You know what was happening there.
I was just like, Greg, why would you do
Yeah. So they emptied the clip on him. And then we have a little moment with Sophie and Big Daddy Kane that's not seeing eye to eye on this Batwoman thing. And this is when Julia tells Sophie about the folks that are after her and shows them they've been taking pictures of them and shit. We got Kate and Mary on the couch talking about Big Daddy Kane and how, this is fucked up. Well, I'll drink to that. So they, I get it. And then Luke shows up. He's like, yo, I figured out how to destroy the kryptonite. Mary, you were right, but just not exactly. I use a hammer. I use this superpower little compression shit. But then this is when Kate tells him about the kryptonite that she has that she got from Supergirl. And she was like, we got it here. Luke's like, all right, I'll destroy that too. She's like, nope. It's not yours to destroy. It's not mine to destroy. I was told to keep this safe just in case, and that's what I'm going to do. But then we cut over to Alice again, and she is giving Tommy a face. But not just any face, Mara.
Woo!
She is giving Tommy the face of Mr. Bruce Wayne.
Maybe this was their way of just turning Batwoman into Batman.
Nah.
I know. I'm being funny.
I know. It's just, nah.
I'm trying to make it make sense.
I'm not okay with this at all. Because they have shown us a Bruce Wayne already. And this was not him.
Well, I mean, that Bruce Wayne was older, so they just made him younger.
But Kate recognized him. So she knew who he was, which means this is what the Bruce Wayne of this world looks like.
I think it's going to be, I still think it's a younger Bruce, but I think that it's not going to make sense to anyone else because it's like, why is Bruce Wayne still so young looking?
We'll
or
see.
young looking again?
We'll see. Because it's just like we've established that this is what Bruce Wayne looks like right now because, you know, Kate saw him and said, this is my cousin Bruce. So.
But they also went into the future.
They didn't go into the future. They went to an alternate Earth.
But didn't they go further?
No, because Luke was there and he was the same age.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Luke opened the door and he was there. He was the same age. He was in there chilling with Bruce.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Muscle Luke.
Yeah, he was. Oh, shut up. So, anyway. Yeah, that's it for Batwoman, though. We've kind of just, yeah.
What a way to end the season.
Yeah. It's a nice cliffhanger. I'd say this is actually a better ending than the Flash got. But, you know.
This is true. Because at least, like, that ended, like, on a note where it was like, oh, my God, I can't wait for it to come back, see what they do.
Yeah, Flash was like, oh, fuck you.
Like, Flash was just like, we have some clips. We're going to come together. And the story comes out of it.
Yeah. All right, where do you want to go next?
Let's go with Stargirl.
Interesting choice. I definitely didn't think you were going to go there. Let me close out my Supergirl notes. All right, here we go.
I'm sorry.
No. I enjoy when you surprise me. Normally, I can predict where you're going. Like, I'm usually here with you. Like, I think I know you pretty well by now. But this time you surprised me. And I enjoy it when you surprise me sometimes.
I pride myself on keeping people on their toes occasionally.
You get me occasionally. So, this was the season premiere of Stargirl. Series premiere. You are right. Let me not understate this. This was the series premiere of Stargirl. It's on the CW. You can also actually find it on the DC Universe app because they're doing it at the same time, I guess.
At the same damn time. I guess to give you options if you don't want commercials.
And I think, if we go back, I probably won't, but if we go and we actually look at it and watch it on DC Universe, we might get a bit of a different cut too because, no restrictions there. So maybe. I think maybe next week I'll do that. Maybe next week I'll watch it on the DC Universe app just to see if it feels different instead of watching it live. So this whole thing kicks off with this dude driving in his car who we later find out is named Pat. So Pat, or, Stripesy, as they refer to him, is riding around in this classic car. And he's talking to Starman. And Starman's telling him, like, yo, you need to stay away because some shit's going down. But he shows up to help anyway. And the JSA is getting their ass kicked. Like, all up. Just getting their ass thoroughly whooped. What?
So that's sidekicks for you. They never fucking listen.
No, they don't. They really don't. Shame.
That's how Robin died.
I mean, no, he died. They just brought him back to life. he did really die. Jason Todd got the.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway. So yeah, all the JSA's getting their ass, including Starman. Starman, like he escapes with Starman, even though he's like half dead. Apparently the car flies, so the car flew away. There's a Solomon Grundy sighting, so apparently we'll get Solomon Grundy at some point during this show, which is fun for me. He fucks up the car, they crash, and Starman like dies in Pat's arms. And he's like, someone must carry the torch. Someone must carry on this legacy. Not you though. Not you. Not you. Like he emphasized so many times, not you.
Anyone but you.
Yeah. Somebody.
Anyone but
you. Yeah. Somebody has to do it. Not you, but somebody. Meanwhile, we got his daughter, Starman's daughter is all sad, waiting for him on Christmas Eve and shit. He never shows up, of course, because he's fucking dead. And then we cut to present day. That same little girl, Courtney, is a teenager. I think they said she's 15.
Something like that.
The actress is like 22, but she's 15 in the show. Which works because, little kid, having actual 15-year-olds, there's restrictions on shooting and stuff. So it makes sense. You get yourself a 15-year-old looking 22-year-old, and there you go. So I guess Pat married her mother. And I was like,
yes.
Bruh. Like you just marry your friends. Yeah. What? Like, and they're still trying to play this up as this was a coincidence and this didn't happen purposely. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe. You're not going to
sit here and convince me that this man did not know that this child's father was Starman. You're just not going to play me like this. You're not going to get me.
Yeah. I'm convinced he knew who she was. This was not a coincidence. This was on purpose, and he's a fucking creep, and he's weird. So, apparently they're moving to Nebraska. And
everyone loves Nebraska.
Yeah. Pat has a son, by the way. I guess is that supposed to actually be his son? Is he? I mean, he told the kid to call him Dad, so we'll go with that. What happened to his mother?
Oh, I think he called him Pat because Courtney did.
Yeah.
I think the kid was just being an asshole. He was like, "Hey, Pat," and he was like, "Call me Dad." He's like, "Well, Courtney did it."
I'm like, yeah, but I'm not Courtney's father. That's the implication I got from that.
Yeah, I was just like, I think the kid was just trying to push his luck. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out where this kid came from. That's all. Because it's just like, where's his mom?
Well, I think like the mom and Pat just kind of got together. Like not like last year.
The boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like the boy might have had like a relationship over time. Because remember, Courtney's a teenager. He's got to be at what, like 10, 11?
You're missing my question here. So I'm talking. So the boy is Pat's kid, correct?
Sorry.
Yeah. So if the boy is Pat's kid, where is the boy's mama?
Won't lie, they probably will give her like a fictional illness that she died from off screen.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, it's just there was a disconnect there. Where is his mama?
I thought you were asking like, where did this kid come from? I was just like, I'm sure his boss.
Well, I know where children come from. I'm just saying, like, there's a lack of story there as far as why he's there with the son without the mama, while she's,
feel like they're just gonna glaze over it, like when your mom got sick, or when my mom got sick, blah, 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 blah. But then we found your mom, or blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah. It's just rare that you have those situations where the parents split up and the father gets the kid, you know. So I was just curious.
Which is why she's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is she dead? Are we gonna go with that? All right, let's go with that. So they meet in a
Right.
diner.
Or will we last minute find out she's actually alive somewhere and he has been keeping them away?
Or we find out she was one of the JSA also, and she died that night. But that would be weird because that kid would be, because how old is he?
He can't be any older than probably 12. He looks like maybe a couple years younger than Courtney.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out, because that's important, because you know they all died that night, so he'd have to be like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if you find out he's younger than that, then then he's not. His mother's not the JSA. So
mother is just.
Then we see they met in a diner in their old hometown 2 years ago. Once again, not a coincidence. I refuse to believe that he was fucking stalking her, because Then we got Courtney. She goes to school, and she thought that school had a gymnastics team. She finds out they don't have a gymnastics team. They had a gymnastics team last year, but not now.
Yo, I felt her pain. When I went to college, I went under the presumption that they had a tennis team. They had a tennis team, but not enough people were participating. So I did not get to play tennis in college like I wanted to.
Play tennis, Mara?
Yes. Or I used to. I haven't played now in about 8 years, but I'm pretty sure like picking up a racket's like riding a bike. Why, you want this work? Tennis work?
Noted.
Before people start doing shit on the internet, this tennis work?
Noted.
I'm gonna visit Texas, and Travis is gonna pick me from the airport and be like, you know where we're going? The courts.
Right. Straight to the
two
tennis
rackets.
Court. Straight to the tennis court.
Don't even get to change, freshen up, or eat nothing.
No, you gonna see I show up to pick you up from the airport. I got on gym shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like,
you're gonna put me in the story like she about to get this work. ... tennis work.
Like she don't even know. Meanwhile, I haven't played tennis in almost 10 years either. So it's like I've been practicing the last 2 weeks to get myself ready for it. You ain't been warmed up or nothing.
I haven't played in so long. Like I feel like I might break my wrist again.
Like I haven't played since I played with one of my exes, and I want to say it was before I moved. It was when I was still living in Tallahassee. Yeah, I think that was about 10 years ago. But yeah.
Do not take your pent up anger against your ex out on me.
Do I have pent up anger against? No, I really don't hate her. It's not that. It's not that ex.
Gotcha. Okay. You out here trying to slam the ball in my face and shit.
Facials. Yes. That's a
anyone
volleyball
who
thing.
Pops into this like randomly. Is going to be. I was like, anyone who just pops into this just randomly would be so confused. What about facials? Balls to the face? What? Get this work? What is happening?
It's exactly what you think it is. No. But so anyway, then Courtney's at lunch and she's forced to sit with what they call the singles, which is basically people who ain't got no friends.
I thought she said seniors at first, and I was like, how does that translate to losers?
Yeah, singles. And
these are going to be her friends, essentially.
Yeah, clearly. But my thing is, when you walk in and you are her, now, I know she's supposed to be a 15-year-old girl, but she's 22. When she walks in and, she gets forced to sit at this table with the, quote, losers or singles, I'm just like, bullshit. All right. You were supposed to be somebody on the gymnastics team. You walk in, there's no way a blonde walks into a high school that hot and is forced to sit next to the singles. Like, that doesn't happen.
Right?
Anybody
But
who's
that
been to
girl,
high school knows that doesn't happen.
I mean, like the girl who approached her, I was like, that was so strange. Like it was such a weird
Yeah,
interaction.
it was. The whole thing, this whole scene was weird. Because then we got this dude this asshole, whose name I still don't know, but I just keep calling him the high school
I don't
asshole.
think they gave us a name. I've been calling him douchebag, douche nozzle, jackass, diet flash.
So anytime we
From
say anything
Spider-Man.
like, yeah, I know. Anytime we say anything like that, you all know this is the motherfucker we talking about. So
Yeah,
he's calling
his
this.
name may change.
Yeah, he's calling some girl a slut because apparently there's some picture that's been seen of her or something because somebody got into her shit somehow.
I hate kids so much. Or she trusted the wrong person, probably this douche ass.
Mm-hmm. She sent
And
news to somebody and the shit got out. That's what happened.
Yep.
Which all of you out there, if you all don't know this, if somebody sends you news, don't leak the news. Those are yours. Those are especially for you to enjoy. So you enjoy them. Why would you want other people to see it anyway? Because then it's no longer special. Whatever though, So then she gets in trouble because she pushes this asshole because he was starting some shit.
Which I also didn't understand. I was like, he grabbed her stuff.
Yeah, and she pushed him off her.
And he's also bigger than her. So
yeah.
I was just kind of like, this felt pretty fair, yet she was the one who got in trouble.
It gets worse than that because this goes on. The scene still doesn't make sense to me because he gets pushed into this cafeteria lady who's walking through the eating area with this tray of food. When have you ever seen that happen?
Never.
They go through the back. They have like the kitchen is like right behind where they serve the food. They don't walk through the eating
to the buffet.
Yeah, they don't walk through the eating area with the trays full of food.
And even if you are transporting food from the cafeteria to another part of the school, they're not walking through it like that. It's on a cart pushed through like the side of the room, not straight middle of
right through the middle. Like, come on now.
I have so many issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This whole scene just feels wrong. But it happened, so. All right. So we get back to the house. They're talking about their days. What's the little brother's name? What's the stepbrother's name?
Didn't even catch it.
Okay, well, he had a great day.
We'll have it by next week, I swear.
Yeah, apparently he had a great day. And they're all talking about how great his day was. And he was like, yeah, we do all this cool stuff and blah, blah, blah in Nebraska because they're progressive like that. And I'm sorry if you live in Nebraska and you feel like I was just shitting on you. I am. Courtney then, she gets up
the fuck out of Nebraska.
Why are you there? Anyway, Courtney finds a picture in the basement. Like she just walks away. She goes down to the basement, just looking through shit, being nosy. And she opens up this.
Walked away from that table on the "You're not my dad."
Yeah.
Attitude. I needed that to be said during this. You're not my dad. Always trying to say something.
Like, you're not my dad, Pat.
Get out, man.
Oh boy. But yeah, so she's in the basement and she's like going through all the pictures and shit. And she finds this one picture
of the JSA.
And she's just like, And she kind of looks at the part where her dad is, and like, he looks familiar, but she doesn't look at it too long because Then the box with the staff in it starts glowing, and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" Because it's what happens. And when white
When
people
you
see,
touch the shit that.
and then white people see stuff like that, they gotta open it. So she goes over and she opens the box.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand that
Yeah.
characteristic.
Yeah, because
why do you see a big crazy box doing weird shit and think instantly, I gotta open it?
Because 15-year-old Travis goes upstairs like, yo, what the hell's going on with this box?
Right. I'd have been like, Pat, your shit is glowing.
Yeah.
Mom, get this man out. He
Yeah,
got glowing boxes.
Exactly. He came up in here, got us moving in with him with fucking glowing boxes.
It's probably a weapon of mass destruction, Mom. Let's go.
He done came up in our house with goddamn plutonium. All right?
He's a terrorist. Get out.
So she opens the box. She pulls out the staff. It starts glowing in her hands. And then the staff starts leading her somewhere. And then, they're outside. Now it's floating, and she's, doing gymnastic shit on it. And then, oh, wait, is the staff alive? Because I think the staff is alive now. And she said, are you alive? And
the staff seems to be communicating with her yeah, I'm here.
Through glowing light, because now she can, she's bilingual. She speaks English and glowing light.
It reminded me of Stranger Things season 1 when Joyce was talking to Will through the Christmas lights.
Exactly.
Maybe she's talking to her dad, but the staff has its own personality, I've heard. So we see.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. And then we got Pat at the same time. He goes downstairs and he's like, also.
Oh shit, where's the staff?
The whole scene with her being nosy in the basement and shit. There was some we got to talk to that script supervisor about the way things were done, because when she first went down, it was completely dark in the basement. Then all of a sudden, the light leading down the stairs was on later on, and nobody turned it on. But whatever. So Pat goes downstairs. I know it was weird that I noticed that, but I did. So Pat goes down later.
Because I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
When she first went down into the basement, it was all dark, completely dark. Even the light from upstairs wasn't on when she walked downstairs into the basement.
Right.
While she was down there, when she opened up the box, all of a sudden the light up the stairs was on. And I know it was for effect, but the way it happened, it just didn't it doesn't line up. I don't know why I noticed it, but I did.
Doesn't sit well with you.
It didn't. Once again, I got to talk to the script supervisor because you slipping. So then Pat goes downstairs yo, what the fuck? What happened to this? Where's the staff? Oh, shit. And apparently the staff has taken her to a drive-in theater. And those assholes from school are being assholes like they have always been. And she's like, all right, well, we're going to do something about this. She starts letting the air out. Is it wrong that
I really wish that drive-in theaters make a comeback with this whole social distancing stuff?
No, it's not wrong. As long as I can still get the full service that I get the Alamo Drafthouse in my car, I probably like that even more.
I need a car.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. You got to take that step too. What if they find a way to do Uber drive-in? You, they Uber you to there and they just stay in the car the whole time and watch the movie with you. Imagine how many times they see the same movie over and over again.
They just ride around on a bike and just bring you your stuff to you.
Yeah.
I could see someone Uber Eats to a drive-in for themselves.
No, I was talking about if you don't have a car and you Uber to the drive-in, you make the Uber driver stay there with you and watch the movie with you.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Yeah,
that would be ridiculous. It's but imagine how expensive that Uber would be.
Exactly. They'd have to find a way to make that work. That's what I'm saying. Or you have to just convince the dude, yo, I'll pay for it if you just stay and watch the movie with me.
Right. I'll pay your fare, but just sit in the car with me, please.
Because I can't watch it from sitting outside. So
I could imagine someone getting in my car and being and they'd be like, so you're going to this place? Oh, that's that drive-in. I was like, I don't get it. It was yeah, So I don't have a car, and I really am dying to see this movie. So could we just sit there for a couple of hours?
Yeah, he just take a couple hours and watch this movie with
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being an Uber driver being forced to watch like Avengers Endgame at a drive-through with your customer?
How hot is she? Then I'm just
Debatable.
like, what? Then it's just like, is this a date now? Just like,
No, but we can still enjoy it.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we can pretend this is though, because then it'd be like, yeah, I'm cool with it. I may never see you again, but I can say I went on a date with you.
Sure.
Nah, but anyway, so she's letting the air out of their tires and shit. They notice a fight ensues. She's doing all kind of flippity dippity shit with the staff, and staff is doing his thing, knocking folks out. Yeah, and then she ends up blowing up their car because well, the staff ends up blowing up the car. She didn't do it. The staff just said, "Fuck your car." Oh yeah, definitely. The staff just said, "Fuck your car" and blew it up.
Fuck your car, nigga.
Yeah, so they return home, well, her and the staff, and Pat just takes the staff back. Then she finally recognizes that is her father in the picture because she has the locket. And Pat's like, "That's not him." Once again, I call bullshit.
This is where I even got I got frustrated because I was like, either which one is that one? That's Patrick, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the Wilson. Okay. I was just like, Patrick, I can't even, I don't know. Either Patrick is really just that good of an actor of acting dumb, or his character really does not know that Starman is her father. And I was just like, y'all not going to sit here and tell me that this photo that's exactly like her father, because it's clear as day. It's not like you can't even tell me
the locket.
It's not
like she didn't even. But my problem was she didn't get clear enough with the locket. Like, yo, I have this locket with his picture in it. Look, is this Starman?
Right. I was like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that these people don't look exactly the same. And I was like, because when he was like, oh, well, Starman's name was Sylvester, whatever his last name, and I was just like,
he's a goddamn superhero. You think they don't use fake names? Come on now.
My name in college on Facebook was something completely different for like 3 years. So, and
yeah,
people believe it was my real name.
That you saying, wasn't it? Wasn't it the last name you used?
Yeah. I've gone by like 3 different aliases on Facebook, not to like trap or anything like that. I just really didn't want my actual name on Facebook for a very long time. But I'm just like, don't sit here and act like niggas don't make up fake names all the time. Pissed me off. I was like, you ain't gonna sit here and act like we stupid. You're not gonna treat me like I'm stupid. I
refuse to let you do it. Exactly. So
I'm not the one.
So then she goes to her mother about it. She's like, yo, your dad was a fucking asshole. He showed up once a year and he left us hanging this last year, blah, 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 blah. Then we find out that the school asshole's father is that villain from 10 years ago that was with that team that killed the JSA. Then we got Courtney and Pat then we got that whole thing with Courtney and Pat having that talk on the porch. And he tells her that her father started when he was 15. She agrees to, keep a secret about being stripesy and all that as long as he stays out of her way. And they have a little
out of your way.
Yeah, they have a little back and forth about that, and then he ends up agreeing. She's in her room sleeping, fully clothed later on, like shoes
and all.
Yeah.
Shoes and all. I can't get past that. I really cannot.
Yeah, and the staff goes up to her room and like wakes her up. Like, hey, get up. And she's like, yo, what?
Shit to do.
And while she's talking to the staff, her mother comes up and she hides it under her bed. And her mother's also fully clothed.
She wouldn't notice. I didn't go back to look, but like, I was so just like, why are we all clothed, like, and sleeping?
Yeah, she was like, I didn't mean to wake you. Like, what you mean wake you? She's still fully dressed. She wasn't in bed. But then you mentioned that, Courtney was also fully clothed. I'm just like.
because I
Maybe
couldn't notice.
maybe they both just sleep with their clothes on.
I couldn't, like, because I didn't notice the mom, because I think the mom was wearing a sweater. So I think I thought, because I sometimes sleep in my sweater. I shouldn't, because it pulls my nose ring out. That's a long story to tell you later. It ended with a visit to City MD. But so I thought the mom was just wearing a sweater, but I was just like, you can see Courtney's shoes on her bed. And that's why that's why I was like, get your shoes off the bed, miss. You've been outside in Nebraska dirt all day. Are you gonna bring that in your bed?
So anyway, after hiding it from her mother, like this,
clothes.
the mother leaves back out, and the staff is like, "Yo, we need to go outside and go do some shit." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I guess we do need to practice." And we discover that the staff can make her fly for real. Like she like jumped on it and like it just flew her around. And then she gets attacked. Yeah, and then she gets attacked by flying tires. It's just like, oh, okay. So we got the villain from before doing telekinesis shit to attack her. And then he's like, yo, I want to know where you got that staff. And this is where...
She's like, back away from me. I don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, this is where, luckily it's not me that's in this scene, because if it was me, I'd have got myself killed, because I'd have been like, I pulled out of your mama's ass. But I'd have, that's how that would have been with me. But then, there's some shit that goes down. But then there's a giant robot. I'm like, yo, why is there a giant robot? Why does Pat have a giant robot suit? And that was the end.
It's funny because I thought about, you saw Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yes, certainly. Multiple.
So remember the version of Spider-Man with the girl, with the Asian girl with the robot?
Yeah.
And I was sitting here, like, I remember the first time seeing it, I was like, why do you have a robot? Why?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was the series premiere of Stargirl.
I'm intrigued to see more.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't hate that I watched it.
Right, like I wasn't disappointed. It's just kind of like one of those things. Like I need a couple more episodes, because even Batwoman was kind of like the first episode. I was like,
yeah,
it was all right.
All right, where are we going next?
I'm kind of in between Supergirl and Legends because I enjoyed both.
Yeah, those are the two choices.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm intrigued by both, but like I don't know. Like
Make a decision. Make a decision.
I don't know if I liked one over the other.
Make a decision. Make a decision.
Let's go with Supergirl.
All right. So this episode was called what?
Immortal Kombat, not to be confused with one of my favorite games, Mortal Kombat.
I like how they spelled it with the K too, like in the game. But
I really wish that they missed an opportunity to spell it with Rama Khan's name in it, but whichever.
We got Lex and Gemma Cooper. They're going down into the Leviathan ship because they trust him now. They have this.
I don't know why, but all right.
Yeah, well,
Plot purposes.
They have this shield that fucks people up when they go inside who are not Leviathan.
Oh, the radiation shit.
Oh, boo! It just started raining.
Is it raining?
Yeah. Because I was definitely about to get in the pool after this. But
good.
You're such a hater. So anyway, then so Lex, they give Lex this pen that helps him so he can survive within the shield. This is important because the shield fucks you up. We need to know that. And then Leviathan powers up their little superpower, little hand ring thing with the kryptonite. So they're ready to go. Then we get some Kara and Lena stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, this is some bullshit I don't really care about. Yeah, Lena, you were full of shit. Kara ain't buying your shit right now, blah, blah, blah.
They made a Harry Potter reference. We're not gonna go over that.
Okay. You can just tell them they made one, and I'm sure anybody who knows what the Harry Potter really is, they would have caught that reference. So cool. Then we talked about how Lena, she can make an anti-kryptonite suit like she did on Another Earth. Then we see Omar. What did we talk about last week with Alex and her disguising herself? What did we say? What was the one thing that we said she should not do?
Draw a mask on.
Yes. And what's worse, she didn't just draw a mask on. She didn't even draw a full mask. She just used
got like
blue eyeshadow.
Yep. Blue eyeshadow and a little bit of tint of like hair paint wax in her hair. Whatever works, Alex, I guess.
Oh man. So there was that.
She just wants to feel important, Travis. That's all she wants.
I'm just saying, bro, wear an actual mask. We've talked about this before. Like,
I'm sure they have party cities in National City. Like, I feel like this could have been, there was more better ways that they could have done this.
Yeah. And then we cut back to Leviathan and Lex and shit. We found out there's someone above Gemma Cooper and Leviathan. There's a higher power there. And then Brady, when he meets with Lex afterwards, he's like, all right, let's give me the little pin thing so we can go in there and take him down. And Lex is like, no, not yet. And blah, 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 blah. He got some bullshit.
We're going to kill the Immortals first, then we'll kill the super. We're going to kill the supers. We're going to let them kill the supers first. And then we're going to kill the Immortals. And I was like, Brainy, why did you see this going any differently?
Yeah. So, yeah, he said he wants Leviathan to kill Supergirl and her friends first, and then we'll take them down. What were you saying?
I was genuinely, like, annoyed with Brainy. I was like, you didn't see this coming?
Yeah.
Why
he who sees all these different possibilities, and yeah, he didn't see this. So.
You are genuinely surprised that he was not going to just let you kill them.
Yeah.
Like now.
And then we see there are more element benders who Dreamer lovingly refers to as Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I thought was funny, even though those weren't the elements they had, but still.
Right. It was like something crazy.
Yeah, there was Earth, and then there was like lightning, and then I don't know what the other one was. Still, is that might have been wind, but I don't know.
Definitely wasn't fire though.
Yeah. So then we got she gets distracted by some vision, and then Jean ends up getting hurt. Then we see the team finds out that William is missing, and
because William is stupid. Yeah, William is stupid.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. This is his own fault. Kara's all upset because she can't help out right now because things are going on. She got this kryptonite out there, and she just not your time. You ain't got the suit for you yet.
Right? You need to calm on down.
Yeah. Then we got Brainy. He's talking to one of the other Brainies, the female one in his head.
His sister.
And he's like, yo, there's another way to defeat Leviathan. I got a way. And what he's going to do is he's going to shrink him and put him in this little stasis thing instead of killing him, which...
The tube thingy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, the world would be just a lot better if you kill them. Like, this is another one of those. The world is a better place without them.
I always understand. I understand it's a moral code. I literally will never understand why, when you see that everything would be easier and better, especially when you have the knowledge, the capability of what Brainy knows and can see, that it would just be a lot better if you just got rid of them.
Yeah, and he was willing to sacrifice all those other people that Leviathan hurt and killed, but he won't kill them.
Right. I was like, so much damage has been done. What does it matter if you kill 3 power-hungry, immortal people?
Who have been killing people.
Right. Who have been killing people. You're doing a greater good.
Yeah. So he's like, you're going to shrink him and put him in stasis instead. Then he's like, I'm going to go into the ship and do it. I know I'll die, but it is what it is. Then we got yeah. So then Kelly and Alex, they break into Obsidian so that Kelly can, get Eve Tessmacher's location through some shit. Okay.
To find this idiot.
Yeah. Then Kara and Lena finally have it out, where Kara finally tells her how she feels, and Lena just got to stand there and take it because Lena's fucked up. So,
Right, because she told about herself, and she was like, don't come for me for absolution. Like, I literally kept one thing about myself to myself. It is my business. I don't have to tell you about my life. It was not like, you never even considered I was trying to protect your dumb ass.
Yeah, I never thought to ask why I did it, you know?
Right. You just assumed I just wanted to hurt you and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And like, I was like, thankful. I was like, when Kara was listing all the things she did to her, I was like, yes, speak your truth, honey. Speak your truth. And it's the last time I will ever cheer for Kara like that. But yes.
So then we got
she needed to hear it.
So Eve has William. William's trying to convince her to let him go. Kara and Lita come in to save him, but then Leviathan shows up, and
she
then
was ready to shoot him. She was ready to kill him. He was gone.
Yeah. And then there's this whole thing about Kara, like, the suit's not ready yet. We can't go in yet. Blah blah blah. But then all of a sudden, when Lena runs away, then she can just press a button and have the suit show up. So apparently the suit was ready. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but whatever.
Right. I was like, is it ready or is it not ready? How all of a sudden is it ready?
30 seconds later, it was ready.
She summoned it like Jarvis. I was like, can you do that? Since when can you do that?
It not only was it ready, but the little thing was synced up with her watch already. She could just bring that shit in, Like,
right. I was like, y'all ain't gonna make me think that that's really possible.
Yeah. Because you, like I said, you just said it wasn't ready. But anyway, then the rest of the team ends up showing up. They kind of beat them, but then something's wrong, and they all come back like, oh fuck, and they run away. The team runs away.
Right. They're just like something. They're just like, danger is afoot.
Yeah, we are fucked. Let's get the fuck up out of here. So then Brady enters the Leviathan ship while Supergirl, she's asking Eve for help against Lex. She eventually tells them about Gemma Cooper. And tells them they plan to kill everybody during the little Obsidian Festival thing inside, the VR. Then we got this point where, Dreamer and Magan are talking about her visions and all that, and Nia just doesn't want to deal with it.
I was wondering when they were going to come to that, because I was like, you're just going to keep showing us visions, but you're not going to give us any context about them.
So then John's like, yo, I can use some telepathy to get Ramakan's attention so we can take him down. And all right, well, apparently he goes and he telepathically just starts talking shit to Ramakan. And he's and Ramakan gets all pissed. And he's like, you know what? When we're done here, we're going to take out Mars next, because fuck them. And so then Brainy sneaks in when they all leave. And of course, the shield is fucking him up. And he has to keep his hand on this one thing for 10 minutes to upload everything. And he's like, I don't know if I can. Other Brainians say yeah, you can. I'm going to be right here with you.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
You got me.
And then Supergirl goes into Obsidian to try to convince everybody, yo, get out of here. The shit ain't real. Which, I'm just like, I get it. The world out there sucks. So yo, this isn't real though. And we go out there, everything out there sucks, but at least it's real. But at the same time, I'm just like, so?
Yo, I love how they always tie everything into what's really happening. It's almost like Greg knew that we were going to be in a quarantine pandemic and want to escape reality this whole time was coming. It's like he knew.
And the thing is, if I was inside the whole thing where they all agreed to leave, we don't have time for that today, Mara. So
rabbit hole.
Yeah. So while she's in there, the fact that all of them logged out, I'm like, there's no way everybody that was in that shit logged out after that speech, because there's quite a few.
Someone was in there yo, fuck you, Supergirl. I'm gonna do what I want.
Exactly. I'm gonna stay in here because guess what? Life is great when I'm in here, so I'm gonna stay here. You say it's not real, it's real enough to me. Fuck you.
Right. I get all the pussy I want in here.
Exactly. They come to me when I'm in here.
Right.
So anyway.
There's one misogynistic guy who's like, I don't even have to make them come afterwards.
Exactly. I can be completely selfish and they still come back for more. So then Gemma sends Andrea into wherever Supergirl is to kill her because,
she puts her out in the field.
Yeah, finally awakens her powers and shit. Gives her some kryptonite, like, yo, use this, go kill Supergirl. But Lena stands in Andrea's way, convinces her not to do it. We already talked about how Supergirl convinced everybody to leave out of Obsidian. Brainy's plan works. He's dying, though. He's got them in the little Leviathan tube thing. I want to know why Gemma Cooper wasn't in there, though.
Something weird was happening with Gemma, like that robotic shit.
Yeah.
And she kept super frying. So it was just kind of like, Gemma, what's going on with you?
Yeah. So yeah, he's dying. Lex shows up. Lex is pissed. He was like, I knew you tried to save your friends, but I didn't expect you to sacrifice yourself like this or whatever. But then he just takes the canister away from him. He's like, yep, and now I'm going to leave you to
crazy?
die.
At this point, now I feel like I should always foresee Lex planning everything out.
Mm-hmm. We had a whole episode about it.
Like, I was just like, what the fudge? Like,
yeah. So then we got then Kara goes, she saves Eve's mother. Lena and Supergirl make up. Now we get Dreamer finally acknowledging what's going on with Brainy. She's like, I gotta go save him. I know where he is. We talked about Gemma Cooper being all fucked up. But then Lex brings a canister to his mother, like, yep, let's get to work. And that's the season's finale of Supergirl.
And I was just like, wow, okay. So at the end of the day, we still came back to mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you ever realize the Luthers are just a bunch of people with like daddy and mommy issues?
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Like, just supreme issues with both.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Legends. Close this out.
Yeah, because this was a really cool episode. I don't know why, but I enjoyed it.
You just liked it because they were zombies.
Yeah. Zombies wasn't even like the interesting part about it, because I was like, okay.
So, this episode was called What?
I Am Legend, not to be confused with the, 2007? 2000.
I don't know what year it was, but it was a Will Smith movie, y'all. I Am Legend.
2005 classic I Am Legend.
Dog. Anyway, so this episode kicks off. They're in England, and looks like Astra has fucked them over because she took the rings and shit, and she just left them hanging. Shit's wrong. It's bad.
2007.
Yeah. Gideon is down. Oh, you said I Am Legend came out in 2007?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm surprised I knew that.
So, yeah, Gideon is down, but apparently there's a Time Bureau safe house in London, which, pretty far away from where they are, but close enough. They got to take a bus to get there. They can't pay for the bus, so Mick just steals the bus. And then we see Astra's being forced to help the Fates. Yeah, so Astra's being forced to help the Fate sisters because, she made a deal, so she has no choice. But she has demands. She's like, yo.
She has to uphold her end of the bargain.
But she was like, yo, I got some demands, though. First of all, no more prunes, because prunes suck. Because she's been around now, and she has experienced prunes. She's like, they suck. Secondly, dogs stay puppies forever. I get it.
Hell yeah. 1,059,000% agree.
I get it. I completely get it.
If I can get a dog and just keep it as a puppy forever, I'm good.
Yeah. So, and then the last one is that she wants to bring her mother back, which the Fate Sisters talks her out of doing later on, but whatever. Then we get Sarah telling Ava, like, yo, I'm going to need you to run point on this mission. Something's going on with Sarah. We don't know what it is yet. We find out later. But
and it
Gary,
was exactly what I guessed.
Yeah. But Gary is on the Wave Rider with the Fate Sisters. And, they don't know he's there. But he's like, I need to find a way to help him. We also get Zari. She's like snapping on Constantine because he tries to smoke because he's stressed out.
Girls who let guys be like, what are you doing? Don't do these bad habits.
And then Mick, apparently he hit somebody with the bus, but it was a zombie. And they get off the bus and look, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's more zombies. And then we get the zombie fight because we need a zombie fight. Back to the Wave Rider, though. Gary's trying to get Gideon back online, ends up electrocuting himself. He wakes up, and now he's seeing Gideon. But it turns out it was all in his head, and it was just his bunny.
I was just like, I wonder if this is in his head or if Gideon is actually there. And then I was like, yep, in his head, just as I thought.
Yeah, because we've actually seen Gideon show up before, so it was one of those, we don't really know until they told us. But then when she did the little hop thing, and I'm like, why is she doing that? But then they cut to it later and realized, oh, he was imagining that the bunny was Gideon. Gotcha.
That makes more sense because I was just like, Gideon's hopping around like a bunny.
Yeah. Gary Jr. is what he was imagining was Gideon. So the bus is all fucked up now, I guess, because he hit the zombie.
I don't understand how that fucks up the car, but I mean,
me neither.
Also,
we'll go with it because it was just like we needed it for plot purposes, so we'll just move on.
I was gonna say because also hitting a deer would fuck your car up, so I imagine hitting.
Yeah, but this was a bus, and the main engine on the bus is in the back. So
you're right. I take that back.
Yeah. But then we got the Fate sister messing with Ash's head about her mother. We talked about that, telling like, yeah, she's just gonna die, so why would you bother doing it now? Blah blah. Ignoring the fact you make those memories with her, which is what makes that significant.
That's what I was saying. I was just like, but what about the memories you would have, Astra?
Yeah. So then Gary gets the rings thanks to the distraction from the Gideon bunny. And then soldiers show up at the bus. And they're like, we got to take them in. We got more zombies out here. And they were like, they're all like, we are not zombies. And they shoot Ava in the head.
He was like, oh my God, they're sentient super zombies.
Yeah, super zombies that have become sentient. I laughed my ass off. Like, oh, you dumb motherfucker. That's great.
How are y'all this dumb? Like, how are y'all? Like, how?
Then we get more, Gary with Bunny Gideon stuff. Constantine and Zari, who have gone off to find another ride, get surrounded by zombies, and Constantine's like, all right, look, I'm gonna put a spell on you that's gonna make your heart stop, so they don't come after you. They already not interested in me because I don't have a soul. So,
which I also don't get on zombie logic, but
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, their drive is purely biological. Because if you're maybe because he doesn't have a soul, he also doesn't have a heartbeat. Who knows? But anyway, the team escapes from the truck, and him and Azari escape from the little spot. They get away in the truck. Constantine's plan works, and then we got. And
then, of course, at first he struggled to bring her back.
Yeah. The team, they've been, they got arrested. They got out of that truck that they were in, getting transported. They all jump out. They kind of get fucked up. So, they kind of walk like zombies for a minute, and people start tripping. Then we see. Oh my
God, zombies!
Yeah, and then Gary got caught by, by the Fates and Astra on the ship, and he's fucked now. Meanwhile, the team makes it to the safe house that they were trying to get to, but the shit they need, the little thing that opens up the door, somebody didn't charge it, so they gotta wait for it to charge up because the Time Bureau is incompetent. And
first world problems.
Mm-hmm. Then we got Zari and Constantine having this argument. They end up kissing finally.
I was like, for the love of God, fuck already, like.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they did fuck. So
we didn't mention the part where Gary was like, we should have a spinoff of Gideon and Gary. And I was like, as much as I love them breaking the fourth wall, don't you dare fucking think about another fucking spinoff.
If they did it with all web episodes, exclusively on YouTube or some shit, and they'd be
that'd be different.
Yeah, 5 to 10 minute shorts, I'd be with that. But anyway, but you're right. Yeah, don't you dare add another show onto this shit. Anyway, then we got Astra try to, get the rings from Gary, talk him into making him give them to her because he'd made them disappear.
And he also, talked to. He was like, think of all the good memories.
Yeah. We'll get there in a second. But then we cut back to the little to the safe house, and we find out the reason why Sarah's been acting weird is because she saw herself die in that pub.
Saw that coming.
And she was like, I need you to lead this team after I'm gone. And then their immortality runs out. They're surrounded by a zombie horde. That's when we cut back to, Astra and Gary. And he told him, all the memories and all that kind of shit.
And pretty much tells her, it's okay.
Yeah, and so she's about to leave with Gary, let's get the fuck out of here. But then the Fate sister with the knife shows up and kills her.
After posts?
Yeah. Atrophy.
After posts.
Yeah, same shit. Zombies get into the pub. They start fighting for a while, but then they finally get Sarah. Not only her though, because
they also took Nate, and I was just like, oh, okay, Nate's impervious to the zombies because he can turn to steel.
yeah, he's made of
Cool.
steel. But not only that, Ava tells Charlie, like, yo, you need to go. Like, you need to go and fix all this. You're the only one who can. We're going to stay here and fight. So they all go down, except Charlie. She gets to the Wave Rider. She gets the rings from Gary. But then the Fate Sisters kill him too. And yeah. Then Charlie's, and that's when Charlie looks at him like, all right, I got to play along now. And she's like, all right, let's get to work. And that's the end. So that was Legends. And that was
Ash is dead. Gary's dead.
The whole team
possibly dead.
No, the whole team is dead now.
True.
Except Charlie. Everybody is dead except Charlie. So what now?
Well, we get another week, so
is next week the finale?
I don't know if next week's the finale. I didn't say the finale, but like.
So it's not then. Yeah, they would have said it if it was.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean like we get like one more week. I mean like we have another week coming, so we'll find out.
Yeah. All right, Mara. Who's winning this week?
Excuse me. I'm gonna go with the Fates.
Okay. Who would you say
or
is
Lex.
losing? Or Lex? Which one?
I'm gonna go with Lex because he's a direct character. We all know the Fates are gonna go away at some point.
Yeah.
And
he had a plan. He has been executing that shit to a T. So yeah.
Right. They just want the ring so that they can do to do something evil and then call it a day.
No, they just want to have control again. That's really what that is.
Okay, yeah. So they just want control. I mean, Lex has like you said, has a plan. So I'm gonna go with Lex is winning. Losing, everyone's losing.
Everybody but Lex and the Fates are losing right now.
Facts.
The entire cast and crew of Batwoman is losing right now.
But we're not going to use that. I mean, I'd say Mouse is losing because Mouse is dead.
Well, yeah, he's dead. So, yeah, he's losing for real. But, we just talked about all the Legends are dead right now, too. So.
But we know that they'll show up next week because they're going to be stuck in, like. Yeah,
they showed the previews for next week. So, yeah.
It's kind of funny. So, this episode of Legends reminded me. The first thing I really kept thinking of since the moment that they said they were in England and then zombies showed up, I kept thinking of Shaun of the Dead, which is why I was kind of surprised that they called it I Am Legend. And then when they showed the episode for next week, I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of that episode of Supernatural when they were stuck in television shows.
Yeah. All right. We got to go ahead and close this out, though. We're running out of time. You all, thanks for listening this week. Do not forget, you can follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. We also have a Facebook group for this particular podcast. What is the Facebook group for this podcast, Mara?
Facebook.com/group/Super Flash Arrow of Tomorrow. Yeah.
Also, you can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Always at Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark. That's MARADASHARK. Make sure you follow the Creation World on Instagram and Twitter because we are bored in quarantine. I keep making TikToks. Follow us.
Do it.
Creation World. HECREATIAWORLD. I don't know how to spell any of those things confidently.
Also,
let's go.
Also, if you're a wrestling fan, don't forget there's also Smacking It Raw, and there's a Facebook group to go along with that also, facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. We will.
Smacking has no G in it.
Yeah, that too. Also, don't forget there's our Patreon, patreon.com/Creation World. If you want to support us, we would really appreciate it. We also got our
merchandise on Teespring.
yes. We'll put the link in there for you to click on that. But thank you all for listening. We'll catch you all next week. Until then, we out.
Bye.